You ever notice how skincare is never just skincare? The moment you start dealing with acne, especially as an adult, it starts to feel like something way deeper. One minute you're Googling best cleansers for acne prone skin, and the next you're spiraling down a rabbit hole, questioning everything from your diet to your stress levels to your entire life, basically. Does that sound familiar? I think I'm in the right audience if you're saying yes. And here's what I'll say to that. I'll say that if you've ever felt like treating your skin is just as emotional as it is physical, you're not imagining it. Acne isn't just about breakouts. It's about identity, confidence, the stories we tell ourselves in the mirror. And that's exactly why, in many ways, working with an esthetician feels a lot like therapy. I often say to clients and in general conversation that so much of being a licensed esthetician is equally being an unlicensed therapist. Not that we deliver therapy, right? But it can have the feeling of therapy. So if you're new here, I'm Abiana, licensed esthetician and skin coach. And today we're talking about why acne care is deeper than skincare. And if you're here feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, or like your skin journey is just too much to deal with on your own, this episode is for you. So we're going to jump right into it. The first thing I'll say about acne is that it isn't just a skin condition. It's an emotional experience. And if you're dealing with it right now, you already know this. I'm preaching to the choir. And so there's this thing I like to speak about called the acne cycle and what it looks like. And so the first thing is you get a breakout, you panic, you Google 500 different solutions. Then you double down, you try a new product, a diet, or a TikTok hack, thinking that's going to solve it. And then what you see is either nothing changes or your skin freaks out even more. And then you feel defeated, frustrated, and desperate for answers. And then you try something else and the cycle starts all over again. And if that sounds like you, it's okay. You're in the right place. And if it sounds familiar, it is because acne doesn't just show up on your skin. It messes with your mind. There is a mental piece of acne that I don't know that we talk about enough, right? We talk about clear, do this to get clear, do that to get clear. But I don't think we spend enough time on the mental, emotional piece. And I know this because I've been through it too. Back in 2021, I'd hit my own breaking point, one of those middle of the night, staring in the mirror, what is happening to my skin kind of moments. And I was personally sick of trying everything. I was sick of spending my money, my hard-earned coins, y'all, on products that weren't working or didn't work for me. And I was sick of feeling like my skin was betraying me. And I think that's an emotion that we really have to tap into, is that feeling of your skin betraying you. And so it was out of my own personal experience that it led me to aesthetic school. And I did such a great job of covering my skin with makeup that I would get compliments all the time. And people had no idea of the blemishes and the scarring. I mean, we were coming out of a pandemic and I was wearing a full face of makeup to be on camera. Like, that was how deep it was. And so I remember thinking, not only will I solve my own problem, but I'll be able to help my clients, because at the time I was a professional makeup artist. And so I was like, I'll be able to help them achieve the skin of their dreams too. And I was thinking, I was just going to fix my own skin. But what I really learned was that thousands of people were feeling exactly the same way. And I was in a corporate space and I began to identify and connect with other people who were experiencing that same thing. And that acne care at its core, I learned, was so much more than just treating breakouts. It was about healing from the inside out and healing the outside. So what I'll say on the topic of why acne care, feels like therapy, the thing about it is that when you work with an esthetician, you come in kind of expecting product recommendations and treatment plans. But what you really get is a whole lot more. You get someone who can identify with you, right? And so one of the dopest things that I think we do is that we don't just treat your skin, we help you understand it. And if you've been stuck in the cycle, you've probably felt lost at times, overwhelmed, and unsure of what's actually causing your breakouts, but you're still seeking solutions, which I think is a beautiful thing. What's dope as estheticians is that a huge part of what we do is helping you make sense of your skin. It's helping you identify what's triggering your acne, what's not working for you, what won't work based on your skin type and skin conditions we see present, what you actually need to be using to build a routine that actually makes sense for what your skin goals are. And because Google can give you information, it doesn't give you clarity, right? So I've encountered people that have done all the Google search and gotten all these answers, but it doesn't give you clarity. It gives you this piece of the puzzle and that piece of the puzzle and this section of the puzzle and that corner of the puzzle. But sometimes it doesn't give you the whole center, which is the root. And that's where we come in, friends. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. We are here to help you on every corner because we've been there. Like many of us have been there as estheticians. So we know firsthand, like this isn't a made up reality for us. Like many of us have lived it. And those who have not lived the acne cycle, they've lived something else, and they're going to offer their expertise in that place to you. So I say, tap into an esthetician. They're here to help. I'm here to help. We're here to help. We are an entire community here for you. The second thing I'll say is that it's a safe space to talk about your skin struggles with us as licensed estheticians, again, because many of us have lived whatever experience you're bringing to us. So when you come to me for a consultation, I'm not just looking at your skin, but I'm also listening to you because I recognize there are things that you're going to say, clues you're going to drop, and additional ways where I can be supporting you on your journey and not just getting you, oh, yep, this answer, move right along. I think that's one of the dopest parts about what we do as well, too. And I get that acne affects everything. And so your confidence, your mood, your social life can all be affected by acne. And sometimes my clients just need to vent, and we do that too. I think it's really dope. And as someone who's a therapy advocate, the fact that I can be a listening ear, I enjoy that because, again, I recognize where you are. You need someone to hear you. You need someone to tell you you're not crazy for feeling the way that you do. You need someone to let you know, like, you're going to be okay. So those are the first two things of why I make this statement about so much of being a licensed esthetician as being an unlicensed therapist. And the third thing I'll say on that topic is we get to help you break free from the quick fix mindset. One of the hardest parts about treating acne that I've seen is patience. Most people come to us expecting an overnight result, but real skin healing takes time. Part of my job is really helping you to shift from the I need this fixed right now mindset to actually I'm building long-term skin health. And in my esthetician program, I loved it because we always talked about skin fitness, and we talked about it in the frame of like fitness, actual going to the gym, working out to achieve a goal. The same is true for your skin. When you hear about the 4 weeks, the 8 weeks, the 12 weeks, 4 weeks, you notice this, 8 weeks, you feel this, 12 weeks, other people notice, this thing. The same is true with your skin. Your skin and the process needs time. Time is your friend. Don't abandon time for quick fixes. So if you've ever wondered why skincare feels so personal, that's why. It's not just personal for you, but it's personal for your esthetician too, because we want to see you get clear. And because acne isn't just about your face and it's about everything you've been through, I feel you. I understand you. And so how do you move forward? How do you start moving forward? If that is a question that you're asking yourself right now, my friend, I'm here to help you get out of the acne spiral. And I would say one of the ways to move forward that I discovered was not trying to do it alone. I enrolled in a whole esthetician program because I didn't want to do it alone. I didn't just want my dermatologist input. I didn't just want what I found on Google, but I wanted community and I actually wanted real answers. And I took the time to find a program that was backed by a larger entity that I knew I would get the practicalities and the book knowledge. And so I say to you that if you've been DIYing your skin for years and nothing is working, I think it's time to bring it to a licensed professional. I think it's time for you to work with an esthetician. I think working with an esthetician doesn't just mean getting a custom plan, but it means getting a custom plan for you, not just throwing products at your face and hoping for the best. And if you're serious about clearing your skin, you need an expert in your corner. Second thing I would tell you is that it's time to ditch the random advice. The internet will give you a million different solutions, but there's really only one thing that matters: what works for your unique skin, not what works for your favorite celebrity skin, not what works for your aunt's skin, not what works for your cousin them's skin. What works for your unique skin is what matters most. And if you've been stuck in the Facebook groups, my heart breaks for all the acne sufferers I see day in and day out in the Facebook groups, taking advice from people who don't know their skin history. If you are that person, it's time to stop. It really is, because you're posting in 6 different groups an image of your skin, telling them part of what you're facing, but they don't have the full history. They don't have the full knowledge of your skin to even offer you a solution, right? So you're getting these hunted and pecked solutions. You're getting this piecemeal solution. And what I found is that many of you are actually using ingredients that are not supposed to be paired together. So you're making your situation worse. And so to you, I say, stop, get clarity, get a plan from an esthetician, and stick to it. And I would also say too that skin healing is a journey. I tell my clients all the time, this is a long distance run with sprint wins in it, but it is a long distance run. We will celebrate the sprints, but it is a long distance run. We will celebrate the sprints, but it is a long distance run. And so some days it'll feel like nothing is changing. Other days you'll see major progress. But to me, I tell them that the biggest win is when you stay the course, you will live and be able to manage your acne for good. It's not about fixing it, but managing it for good. Your skin will improve. Your skin will get better, but it's only if you commit to giving it time. It's only if you commit to the long distance run while enjoying the sprints in it, but giving it the time. So if you're feeling stuck in your skincare journey right now, just know that I see you, I've been you, and I promise you don't have to do this alone. If you're ready to finally get clarity on your acne and stop the endless cycle of trial and error, I encourage you to schedule a skin chat with me or take our Acne Trigger Skin Quiz. Both are linked in the show notes and in the description here. And I say that, it'll break down your skin history if we chat. The quiz will help you figure out your triggers, and then we can create a plan that will actually work for you. That's it. And so if you've loved this episode, I encourage you to share it. I encourage you to screenshot it, post it to your IG stories, tag me. And if you have been loving the podcast so far, we're only a couple episodes in, would you leave me a quick review wherever you're watching or listening from? It helps more people find my real, no BS skincare advice. And it helps me be able to learn more about you, what it is that you need, and how we can support you with content that answers your questions. So until next time, friends, be patient with your skin, trust the process, and let's get you clear and correct.